Hello, hello, dear viewers, friends, and all of that. This is TBT, and I am back with another episode of ARK Primal Fear. And you may notice, based on the audio quality, that unfortunately, well, my original audio got completely deleted. And by that I mean, my OBS didn't pick it up. The issue has since been resolved. It seems to be a somewhat recurring one. It's like whenever it updates, I need to, like, not realign, I guess reconnect it with my mic and all that. But that's another issue for another day. Back to the matter at hand here. Last episode we tried and failed to tame an elemental, like a caustic parrot, right? So this episode we're going to attempt to rectify that mistake. And yeah, you'll notice right there in my inventory you'll see a whole bunch of stuff. And that's because I've been doing a little bit of farming off camera, where I've just been flying around being a murder machine with Major Terry. And I gotta tell you, sometimes those fjord hawks actually drop pretty good loot, not to mention like alpha brackies and stuff. But yeah, as you'll see here, this is still going to be quite the struggle because I don't have the method down yet. But and I'm almost glad in a way that my audio didn't make it, like me talking didn't make it into this, because, well, I got pretty upset. And now looking back on it, I'm just like, you know, I'm not used to it yet. And that's what it is. And by the way, if you find yourself enjoying this content, do me a solid, hit that like button while I'm staring at a bush, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It really does help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. It's trying to get them numbers up, you know? I just have a sip of my tea here. I apologize if my voice is a little bit funky. It's just a little hoarse right now. It's a little early in the morning. Yeah, I'm not sure how much actual talking I'll do throughout this process, but yeah. So basically what we've got here is, this is the ballista turret with chain bolas on it. And the general idea here is I wanted to chain down this guy, this Caustic Parrot. And, wow, I am dog shit. My aim is just awful. Then again, ARK hitboxes are pretty frustrating in the best of circumstances, especially dealing with flyers. But you'll also notice, if you look at my hotbar, you should be able to see there, second from the far right, is those reinforced gates. Just note them for now. That'll be hilarious in a bit. This guy is just giving me the business when he doesn't even know that I exist. But yeah, I think what I learned on and off camera from this episode is that going forward, you know, I'm gonna have to do more farming, and we'll cover the rest of the lesson at the end here. Yeah, that tea is really good at this time in the morning. It's fantastic. It's like not even 8 for me. And I love this. I love, you see, he just got launched. And the other thing to note is that, yes, the chain bola works, unlike the net gun, which I call bullshit on. The chain bola works, but it doesn't work for very long. I feel like it should work far longer than it does. It gives you like a few seconds, and if you don't get it in that time, he gets free. But that's beside the point. So this is what I was meaning in the last episode, like, yeah, he can hit me. He has that toxic cloud attack. But the problem is, he can hit me all he wants to. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry, what am I talking about? Let's rewind that. It's like, he can hit me, but since he flies so fast in a circle, me just standing in the right spot in the middle of the circle will completely deny him. See this right here? This is where this is funny. Look at me looking through my inventory for these gates. I was getting so salty. And had I had the gates, or had I known where they were, I would have been able to trap them and proceed with the tame, and we would have been getting on with our day here real quick. Which gets even funnier when you get to the end of the episode and I make a pretty sad discovery. Spoiler warning! That right there, that was Major Terry's inventory. Yeah, she's still alive, as you can see up there. But, yeah, I left most of her kit on the ground because it made me chunky. Some potent Earl Grey I got there. I love this. I didn't even think to check my hotbar, and I went, oh, I have the RTB to make more chain bolas. And then I got mad, well, not really mad, but like I got frustrated when I came to the realization that I went to RTB to drop off all my stuff so I could move freely again, and then forgot to make more chain bolas. Oh boy. Yeah, I was definitely on a roll for this one. I've had some, we can all agree I've had some dumb ARK moments, but this might be up there. Not very spectacular, but one that was totally my fault and definitely funny. Although I think the one that takes the cake is still the Back in the Fjordur Let's Play, when I was just trying to open the episode with a badass view and the level like 15 raptor just came and knocked me off the cliff and I died. That was so good. Oh man, a buddy of mine, I like took that specific clip and showed it to some of my buddies, and the general comment was, "Raptors be raptoring." Anyway, back to this. Yeah, see, we got a drop here, but I don't know, we got some stuff out of that. Nothing terribly good, but. I did get the canteen. That was an item I've been wanting. And you know what I realized? I don't even have a fabricator yet. Like, I don't have a fabby yet. I'm at the point where I can make one and I just haven't bothered, and that's slowing me down. So there's something I'm gonna have to deal with as well. Okay, see, here's another thing that was frustrating me. And this isn't a, like, problem with the mod. This is a problem with ARK creatures. And I just want to go over it now. You notice how he's flying in circles over the water? That makes taming him all the more difficult unless you're careful. Because if he falls unconscious over water, as a flyer, he will, I don't think he insta-dies, but he'll run out of oxygen and he can't get out of the water. Like, he'll run out of oxygen and he'll drown. Now here, I think I made the mistake of putting the gates a little too close together. That was a normal parrot, and I just start looking around like, what the hell was that? Another tactical error here, not putting the second door on and having it just open. You want to know? I'll tell you when we get to the end of the episode what I think the best strat is, but for me, that's just for me, and it only works because I have like the gravestone, the item recovery mod installed. So I literally just go click E on a gravestone and get all my stuff back when I die. And I think that in itself kind of tells you what it is that I've learned about this. And that's sort of going to be my go-to for dealing with when it's a flyer like this one. Once again, my marksmanship is incredible. Good grief. Also, I picked it up here because he kind of flew off towards shore again. These things are so weird. It's like they'll keep flying in this circle and then they'll start flying off, and it's... I don't know if I just notice it more with them specifically, but... Yeah. I don't know why I decided to try the chain bullet again when I easily could have just put the gates up properly and shot him here. And I will admit that during this editing process, I had considered just fast forwarding most of this. I mean, and if that's what ends up happening, then you're gonna... Yeah, okay, here's where I decide to kill some of these Apex and Alpha Fjordhawks. Like, these are not the same ones that I was farming, but they did just spawn in. And I also got rid of them because they're a big problem. Like, if they come for me while while I don't have Major Terry out, I'm probably gonna die. You can see right there, they do pretty good damage too. Tanky. And got him. You can see there, that's some of the loot we got. So I got some more, like, arrows, darts, and, like, trank goop. Oh, what was that? Narcotic. There you go. See, here's another tactical error I made. It's great to be able to go back over it afterwards and see my mistakes. See, this time, I think I do the door correctly. But you'll notice here that these gates are way too close together. Really should have made 4 of them, but 3 does work. I get annoyed here because it wasn't centered. You can see that, like, I can tell it's the way the camera moves, like the way my POV is, like, See what I mean? Too close. So he wasn't able to get a straight path to me to get in. I also didn't close this back door here or put on the front door. Again. Oh. For some reason he decided to attack the turret. Hey, he does not like that turret. Or she, I should say. And then who am I to judge? I don't know what this parrot identifies as. Yep, good move there, buddy. Yep, walk right in that. Yep, white in the green cloud of death. Jeez. Alright, sorry about that. I had to pause the thing for a second. Excuse me. Anyway, back to the matter at hand here. Yeah, this there's probably going to be some fast forwarding that goes on, but it won't be just yet. Because something pretty damn funny happens here in a bit. But this guy right here, yeah, this parrot... Gotta tell you, I am not okay. I thought he got mad at me there for a second, both in-game and just now. I was like, oh, he did the thing. But, like, this parrot, the elemental parrots in particular, and I didn't know this until after this, are apparently a nightmare to tame. And I'm like, why didn't I go get an elemental griffin? And then I remembered that, yeah, they're all where all the big scary things are. But... you know what's fun? You know what's bad about that? Just like regular vanilla art, a lot of the best things are where the big scary things are, and you just sometimes have to risk it for the biscuit. Otherwise, you're never going to progress. So I think part of this process is just learning to get past the fear. Get it? Because the mod's called Primal Fear. I'll see myself out. Also, just used my last chain bullet there, because again, as I mentioned, I forgot to go make more when I RTB'd. Oh boy. Just off to a... ugh. Yeah, I think I do RTB here, and then I cut away. Yep, I cut away and just bring us back as I'm flying back out, which is actually a great in-game transition. Normally what I'll do, as you can see here, is I'll wait out the nightfall until morning. Just something I like to do. I like to be able to see what I'm doing without the need of a torch. And this map is not as dark as something like Fjordur was, but it's still, you know, it still makes me nervous. The night is dark and full of terrors. Gotta say, the combo of the soul terminal, or even just ordinary, what are they called? Cryopods, plus the gravestone mod, or the death recovery mod, just makes so many things better. Okay, we got him here. And watch this. This is good. You'll like this. So I technically got him here, or her, except I can't place the gate behind it. Nor can I really shoot. Physics? Hello? I will say that's something they desperately need to fix in ARK 2, is they need to make the physics work a little bit better. Like, I don't care if they want to be goofy with it like they were in this game, but it needs to actually work when it's supposed to work. At least, like... and it's like, it does work about 70-80% of the time, right? But we as people are going to be cued into that 20% when it doesn't. And it's going to seem way more intense than it is. So if we could get that up to a nice, cozy, you know, 85-90% of the time, I think you'd have something there. Like this is like Skyrim. Some of the bugs and glitches are hilarious in this game, and they don't mess you over and they don't screw you over in any way. They're just funny. But some of them, like, and that wasn't a bug. It was just physics being weird. Somehow he glitched himself or she glitched herself through my gate. I don't even know. Other issues, and I've said this one before, and I'll say it again, hitboxes. Hitboxes need to actually work as advertised. It's like, now I understand these parrots are modded creatures, and they also have that long tail, and I think that was throwing me off a lot. Oh, I'll watch this. This is good. Speaking of raptors earlier... Okay, see, this is weird. Notice how the raptor attacks me, hits the Styracosaurus, and the Styracosaurus blames it on me. This man blaming the victim here. I'm the one being attacked, and he's like, "Ah, you're the problem." Wow. I may be the victim, but I'm hardly defenseless, you rascal! Get out of here. I wouldn't mind taming like an alpha raptor or something. Actually, you know what? Screw that. Give me like a fabled raptor. That'd be awesome. That's one thing I love about this mod so far, is it gets me excited to tame the old creatures. That, you know, some of them that might be seemingly useless, but really aren't. Also, can we just talk about that Styracosaurus skin there? It looks really good. I love it. Why the hell doesn't the Brachy skin look as... Why the hell does the Brachy skin look like complete dog shit? I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that it conforms to the shape of the Bronto, or like the mesh or something. It just doesn't work. It just does not work the way it should. Like, look at something like the ARK Editions Brachiosaurus. That is a Brachiosaurus. Then look at what the hell this is. You see one right there? That guy? The big guy right there in the background? I should be focusing on the parrot, but, you know, we're gonna be... in any event, yeah, you see what I mean, right? Like, it just doesn't... I look at that and I'm like, that looks sad. Okay, here I stupidly opened the gate instead of just leaving it closed and letting him fly in. Which he did there, which he didn't. I don't know what the hell I was doing here. I love how he'll just, or they'll just orbit the hell out of the structure like, ah, I'm gonna get you eventually, you stupid stationary object. I wasted so many resources missing this guy, and it's just like, I need to go tame a powerful alpha creature or something. I'm pretty sure alphas, like, I could tame another elemental, but I do not want to... You'll see why I don't really want to do that just yet, and when we get to that point, when we get to the end of the episode. Yep, look at all these arrows. least I'm not using, like, my very limited supply of darts, right? Oh, boy. Oh, my. Oh boy, this was dumb. And this is where this gets... Oh, and I'm dead. Alright, and on that note, I'm going to hit the fast forward button and see you guys in a sec. Alrighty, and we are back, done with fast forwarding, and as you can see there, yeah, I died, again. Let me just harvest my own body there. But this time, we finally got it. And this is where I bring in the strat, the, you know, basically you sacrifice your life to get the creature in the trap, because, you know, I've got the, death recovery mod, I don't care. And see, now it's in the trap and I can close the door. I don't think I actually did die. No, I did not. And managed to get it in. Very similar to how you'd handle an RG. Thing is in a trap and I somehow still missed it. Just look at, okay, oh, got a obligatory parasaur out of nowhere. But yeah, at this point, it's just a standard RG tame, basically. Or like an RG flyer archetype tame. Just gonna go ahead and you watch this torpor build up from these darts. Like, these darts are insane. Like, if these were just on vanilla, it'd be like, oh look, a giga, boom. 3 shots later, just done. Forget it. And this is all, you gotta, much like vanilla ARK, you're letting the torpor fully build up after the initial burst. That's something that I think a lot of people forget to do, and it's very important, because then you're not wasting resources and depleting the creature's health too fast. Not that that's a problem here, but... Like, for example, there are times when the torpor buildup alone is enough to knock out a creature, and you don't need to fire another dart after the previous one. Now, here I did. And then there you go, the build-up finished the job. And now we're able to tame. And this is still pretty funny, in my opinion, because we reached this point, and smart me didn't think about whether or not I could I could even ride it. I was like, oh, it'll be fine. It's like, hey, the griffin doesn't require a saddle, right? Wrong. These creatures do have saddles. I think they're called their armor, and that was the only thing I could find on them, and yeah, no, without it, you can't ride them. Not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just that I wasn't able to craft it here because I don't have any elemental hide. So, rip. But yeah, I was very frustrated after finishing this, and it was like, oh, okay. I went to the trouble to get this thing, and I can't even use it. A little slurp there for my drink. Oh yeah, see, there you go. I've unlocked it right there, but I still can't use it yet. The interesting thing is with the Ice-Light Pleurodons around, it's like, do you need a saddle for them? Because you don't need one for base game like Pleurodon, so... It also is interesting to see more like ocean creatures getting the treatment from this mod, because it means you can do an ocean build more effectively. By the way, if you want to counter any poison ability in this game, unless it bypasses it somehow, you'll want to make a gas mask. And I would have made one for this, but I couldn't because I didn't have any absorbent substrate, and I had no way to go kill the Tusotethys to get it. So, rip. I gotta say, really pretty creature. Absolutely stunning. But, like... No, really, stunning. But, like, absolutely horrendous to tame it. At least the way I was doing it. But now that I think I got the method down, it should be a lot easier. Now, the thing I want to emphasize is the distance you put your trap from the creature. Remember that it flies fast, so that means if it has to make a turn, that turn comes at a wide angle. So if you set your trap further away when you shoot at it, there's a better chance it will be able to fly straight on at you. If you don't have the death recovery mod, it's gonna take some quick timing to get you out of the situation so you don't die and are able to close the door on the creature before it attacks you. But once you have it in the trap, if you don't die, great. Well, now you've got it, it's not going anywhere even if it kills you with an AoE. But, you know, if you have the death recovery mod, it's a little cheesy, but this mod is difficult enough that I'm willing to forgive myself for doing it. I will absolutely be like, if it's just a pain in the ass to deal with, I'll like, all right, I'll use myself as bait. I'll die, get my stuff back, come back, and rinse and repeat. You know. I'm not going to try and do that too often, mind you. I don't think that's the best necessarily, but just when things are really frustrating me. Because your whole goal is, it's a survival game. Your whole goal is to die as little as possible. So, I say when I probably racked up a high enough death count that, like, you couldn't make a safe drinking game out of it, and we're only 5 episodes in. Oh, this chuckle fuck right here, though. Absolutely stunning creature, but much like parrots in real life, an absolute, well, sometimes. Not always. Some parrots are really sweet, but some of them are assholes. Yeah, see, this is where we go into the armor station, or like the primal thing to try to make this, and I do not have elemental hide, so I can't craft it. Which really sucks, but it is, you know, it is what it is. Not much you can do about it. I'm probably going to make an episode dedicated to farming that, but first we need an episode Well, it might be the same episode. It depends on how long it takes to do it. I saw a Uranus over yonder that was alpha, so I might try and get that. I need something strong enough with enough HP that it can go toe-to-toe with some of these creatures, with these elemental creatures, and handle them. So we'll see where that goes. It could be any one of a number of things. I was hoping for a Rex if we can find one. So I'll see what we can do about that. Yeah, it needs to be an Alpha Rex, an Alpha Rex, Alpha UD, whatever. But like something with high enough HP that I can sustain blows from these creatures and dish out damage fast enough to take them down. Because with those types of attacks that they unleash, it's going to be an absolute nightmare otherwise. Especially the fire one. Like the fire one, it works the way Wyvern Fire does, and it's like, oh, it's just a percentage of your health that ticks down. Oh god, oh, yo, no. Bring the milk that I don't have. Yeah, see, you can't make a saddle for this yet, and it won't let you ride it. Oh well. Again, great work on the model, though. I really like that. Is that it? It has to be, right? At least somewhat. I thought initially it was some form of, like, the Featherlight. It was just a reskin of the Featherlight, and I think in some ways that is what it is, but not totally. Yeah, this is where it's like, oh, we'll put this in the thing, see if she'll start making me some elemental eggs, because we're going to need that going forward. This is the creature I intend to use for now, though. But also, it's worth noting that I do need to tame up another Alpha Pteranodon as well, because I need to make an imprinted one. Because that would just go a long way to improving the survivability of the... I think what this mod does, and I think it, whether by intention or otherwise, forces you to really think about all the mechanics of ARK as a whole and how to make them work for you. And that is fantastic. I love that. But, yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. Once again, if you enjoyed it, do me a solid. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Really does help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. And honestly, as frustrating as this episode was, including afterwards not having the in-game audio or my in-game, like, talking, looking back, it was probably better that this happened. Man, I was just not happy with it. Anyway, this has been TBT signing out, and I will catch you lovely people on the next one. Peace.